easy enough to guess what the story is from that. Your little brother blew too many balloons and now you gotta go get him. Oh. Oh, double balloons now. Okay. Oh, you can just hold the button. Yeah, gotta start, man. Wait, what do I do? Okay, push B. What do I do? Okay, okay, you can still run and jump. Is it down in B? Oh, okay. You just push down, and then you blow up a new set of balloons. That's interesting. Hey, Greg.
Yellow.
Yo. Alright, got double balloons.
Do the physics change based on the number of balloons?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay. They do in Balloon Fight, right?
I don't know. I haven't played Balloon Fight.
What?
I know. Oh yeah, it definitely feels like it. With one balloon, it feels different. You don't float as much. You're a bit heavier.
Are you sure it's not just the P balloon?
Could be. No, I'm sure. Ooh, that was close.
Man, Splatoon 2 doesn't boot unless you have the latest version. That's a little disheartening.
Oh!
These trees are so happy.
Yeah. Oh! Get those balloons. Okay, 2 is maximum. You see her ping pong?
Yeah, it's a little weird how she bounces off stuff like that.
She's just like Sonic.
Did you game over or get a perfect?
Oh no, I got it perfect.
That one's pretty hard. Now the trees are angry.
Oh no, looks like I'm at a boss.
Let's see if we can figure this out.
What are you gonna do? Okay. Holy crap, you can jump and catch your balloons after you... See? That's a cool
Yeah,
trick.
Yeah. I still have not gotten used to that trick. Those physics are really scary.
Yeah. Can you hear the game coming through?
No.
Okay, good.
But I like this music.
Yeah.
Unable to connect. That's poop.
Hold on, the game is a little loud compared to you. I need to go into the volume mixer. There we go.
Hey, Richard.
Back to the game.
Oh,
Oh,
gave
hey,
it
Richard.
away. I was
I
just about to say, Greg, don't give me away.
I accidentally beat the paperclip.
I popped that Bugs balloon. Oh,
How'd
shit.
you beat it? How do you know?
Because I can't do anything anymore.
How'd you accidentally do it?
I just wanted to get all the upgrades because it's very addictive.
There's a chance that you didn't beat it, but let me see if I can ask a question that would not tip my hand. How about
Oh.
this? How much Yomi do you have?
I don't know. It doesn't let me start any more tournaments, so I can't get any Yomi.
How many, what did you invest in on your final investment, option?
The 100 trust thing.
How did you spec out your vehicle?
I don't have a vehicle. I didn't know there were vehicles.
Okay, you have more to do. You have a lot more to do. Sorry.
I mean, there's no buttons to click unless I'm supposed to find...
So, think about
Is there like
it.
a secret thing on the page to click?
No, it's just, you can only do so much if you have so much, like, trust or whatever, and you get trust when you have more paper clips, overall.
I have 100 trust.
Did you spend it all?
I'll have to go back and look.
So if I say the word quantum, do you know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
Okay, you're at the beginning of the game.
The beginning? That took me 2 hours.
It's an idle game, you're supposed to leave it.
It was too fun.
Exactly. I just sat there. I was like, so I know how I tell people they're supposed to leave it. I didn't. I mean, sure, I played it for multiple sessions and then I was able to walk away, but I just kind of like sat there and watched it. Okay, so what? Man, you're still way early in the game.
Whoa, shit! I thought the level was over.
Yeah, the problem. I talked to Frank Lance, and I was like, Frank, people are playing this on their phone, and it's terrible. And it's like, why would they ever play it on their phone? Look, it's just terrible. The text is all small. I thought nobody would do it. I'm like, you need to put a message at the beginning of the game that says, do not play this
Wait.
on your phone.
It's an idle game. Of course it works well on your phone.
It works better on your desktop when you're at work or at home or whatever, and you just leave the tab open. The phone, I don't.
When you do it at when you do it on your phone, you can have it running while you're driving or something.
I mean, it's running. Okay, so it runs while you do other stuff on your browser, and when you go to sleep and you boot it back up, it retabulates that missing time, so you're never not doing it.
Oh man, that's creepy.
Yeah, I went to sleep, came back, and I was like, "Ooh, cool! Tons of paper clips."
Talking and playing games is real hard.
Yeah, I ruined my perfect there. Listening to you guys chatter.
Is this Balloon Fight 2?
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah.
What the? What is this?
It's Balloon Kid, which
Really?
is Balloon Fight 2.
And are those shrimp from Mario Land 1?
I don't know the canon here.
Is that octopus from Game & Watch Gallery 2? Are
Well,
those
he looks
spikes?
like it.
Are those spikes from Mega Man 7? Okay, I'm done.
You know, this does bring back our conversation about what is a platformer, where I said a game, by what we're talking about, a game like this fits more the definition of a platform, even though you technically have an infinite jump, compared to something like Flappy Bird. Oh,
But it's
shoot.
still largely about that dynamic.
Oh, I know what to
spatial
do.
dynamic. Ah, saved by the bonus stage.
Yep. Oh, why, that killed you?
I've never tried to do that because I'm scared of the screen.
Oh, wow, I was too squeamish on that one.
It seems weird that it would be an idle game when the compute thing has like a real-time element to it.
A lot of idle games have. I mean, so like the thing with idle games are, you can sit there and wait for your perfect opportunity to hit it as quickly as you can if you want, or you can leave it and the opportunities will still be there. You just
I got it.
get to them when you come back.
I guess the only downside is that one takes you longer, but you still get to the same goal.
Yeah, and longer is kind of in quotation because you're like when you're idling, you're still building, so you're really you're not necessarily losing any time unless you have to like activate a new thing that gives you a new kind of currency or whatever.
Right.
I hope you're taking a bunch of notes, Adrian. But Adrian always takes notes
I wanna
About balloon trip or
about all the time he spends on these crazy games.
Daniel's
Yeah.
already put a section in the Rizoma for Balloon Kid.
It's crazy you guys still use Rizoma.
It's so good.
It's
I still think
good.
there's nothing else like it, and it makes me sad because I just kind of want Google integration, so it kind of like looks nice and has features that are stable.
Yeah, Starman.
But you know, it's cool. It's cool.
I guess
talked
the
to
only feature I ever used in Rizoma was the formula thing.
I tried using some others; they were very unstable.
Oh.
I talked to Adrian about a new level design. I don't even know what to call these, but I like paradigm. Maybe it's a good word.
Ooh.
Was that the... You posted a weird word this morning.
Oh yeah, it's called panoply. So panoply is a word that means a great multitude of things and variety of things.
Ah, you fucking
And then
octopus.
I did a portmanteau of panel, as in you're
Shit.
watching multiple screens, in each with their own panel. And then I put it together to make panoply, which is the name of this new paradigm in level design.
So is that... Just to make sure I understand, like in a procedurally generated game where they'll have different chunks and then they're organized in different ways?
You're trying to figure out what panoply is just based on the word?
Based on your description of putting panels together.
Oh, I don't know if there's any way you can guess it.
Oh.
Besides the fact that it has 3 screens or whatever, or multiple screens.
Can I ask what it is then?
Do you remember Maboshi's Arcade?
Yeah, where like different people will be playing different games.
Mm-hmm. So this is inspired by Maboshi's Arcade. I call it Panoply. Imagine instead of 3 abstract games, 1 for each screen or whatever, 1 for each panel. In Maboshi's Arcade, you have more concrete video game genres
Yes.
like platformers or space shooters or Zelda-style games. So instead of little random balls and sticks, you just have like more of a dude moving through space. So running with that idea, you could put a different game, small game, or a different genre in each panel and have them all side by side. Unlike Maboshi's Arcade, where the special effects bleed over into the side panels, right? To create this cool side-by-side kind of dynamic interaction between players. You
To
remember
make
that
it
part?
relevant what the guy next to you was playing.
Yeah, do you remember how that worked with Maboshi?
No, not really. Only in a vague sense.
In Maboshi, if you get like a combo, there's like a little shockwave spark, and that pops out of the place where you killed the enemy, let's say. But when you're playing on side-by-side mode, if you have another friend that's just playing their own game in their own window. If that shockwave creeps over to their side, it actually affects their gameplay.
Okay.
So Maboshi's Arcade is a game where you can play. Anyone can start up a game at any time. Try to get to 1,000,000 points, which is the goal of each game at any time. Lose at any time, start it back up again, or leave it alone. And every time you make a combo or whatever, your effects mostly have positive effects on your friends and nearby players. And that's the beauty of Moboshi's Arcade. We're taking that idea, and instead of having special effects eke over between screens, I'm thinking of these new, more concrete and intuitive, dynamic ways for side-by-side games to affect each other. So some of the ideas I came up with is, what if no matter what game you play, you're all in the same game world? So whether or not you're like a space shooter like R-Type, a Zelda-style game, like NES Zelda or Mario or whatever, you're all somewhere in the same world, right? So like, yeah.
Is there like Mario running on the ground and a spaceship flying overhead or something like that?
Yeah, you can imagine that could be a real possibility where if you line up the spaces just right or the points in the level just right, you can see each other in the background and the foreground. Do something that affects the environment. Maybe the environment of one area connects to another area and you accidentally flood Mario's level 1, 2 because you drained water into it, like stuff like that. It all would depend on where each player is in their own respective game, and what they do.
This level's pretty hard. It seems like those effects would be so dynamic, it would be hard to get a grasp on them.
So two things, you make them simple. So it's like, you know, and also part of the fun is discovering what aspects of the game connect and what that means for each game. So like, you're encouraged to play each game just like a normal video game. You try to get to the goal, you try to win. But as you play side by side, the likelihood of finding these connections increases. Man, Adrian.
Yeah.
The likelihood of finding these connections increases, and then if you discover one, it's gonna be super obvious. Like you can see it happening from one game to the other because it's gonna be obvious, right? So it's more like a everyone play, everyone explore your thing, and like let's try to find these crazy connections. And you know, they're gonna be somewhat logical, somewhat intuitive, somewhat organic. So it's not gonna be like super far-fetched, in theory.
Like the flooding example.
Yeah, it's not like I stand on the square and I hold down, and if you hold up,
oh
like,
shit,
a super jump. Like it's nothing like that.
Okay.
So just think for a moment of what this this paradigm actually means. It's a way to turn compact, bite-sized games and connect them into a large, dynamic, layered gameplay experience. It's a way to take any single-player gameplay experience and turn it co-op. It's a way to take any single gameplay experience and turn it competitive. Where people can drop in, drop out competitive, which, you know, doesn't exist really. Or it's a very strange concept at the very least. Or
it is a very strange concept.
Kind of like, I'm just gonna drop in, and for the small moment I'm playing, I'm gonna see if I can beat you in some kind of asymmetrical scoring challenge, or whatever. Like the potential is super high, and it's super flexible because you can explicitly and control what dynamic elements are between the games, and in that way you can clamp it and make it clean and clear and balanced because you have the control over basically the only interactions you have. So unless you're doing a race where you boot up the same game type and like go side by side, you know, you can have all kinds of other ways to make two players interact with each other without directly interacting. If you do boot up the same game, I imagine it'd be a co-op style game where both of you are in the same spaces, in the same rooms, seeing each other and doing stuff. That'd be kind of cool too.
So, one thing this reminds me of, and I know I have a tendency to draw inappropriate comparisons, but this really sounds like Bubsy 2 to me. Where,
What does Bubsy do?
okay. So the multiplayer mode in Bubsy 2 is that player 1 plays as Bubsy, and he's a normal platforming guy, and he tries to jump on stuff and get through levels. And player 2 is kind of a light gun shooter. Can fly around the screen at will, can kill enemies for the player, but also can throw banana peels so that player 1 can slip on them. So it's the same, like, they're two different genres somehow mashed onto the same screen, and they're both abiding by different goals. But it sounds like you want something even more rich.
Simpler in some ways, more complex in others. The idea that each person has their own panel is really important. It allows you to make really simple games, kind of like UFO 50. It's like,
Okay.
oh, this game is really simple, right? Like, oh wow, Adrian, you gotta pop those balloons. That's funny. But like, oh wow, platforming.
Oh shit, balls. It's
Like, oh.
ice.
Some of these games are really simple, and like, they don't have to be any more complicated than, you know, Clue Clue Land or some NES game. But then, you know, you keep your eyes open, you observe what's going on in the space, you play the game well, you might discover all these extra little tricks that you can do that may not mean much in terms of the game you're playing, but in terms of the panels that you affect. And you know, you can always stop at any time, like it's pick up, drop in, drop out kind of a thing.
So the Space Invaders panel next to the Mario panel might be idle unless someone jumps in and starts playing it.
I don't think there'd be. Whoa, Adrian, please. I don't think there'd be any. Do they really want you to do that?
Yeah, they do.
Pump that thing faster.
I was stuck here and yourself had to tell me how to do it.
Fuck.
You
I
have to,
will tell you if you
you have to
want
blow
me to.
the balloons underneath the thingy. Right
You
there.
can't. You can't.
Jump on the icicles.
Jump.
What is this?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. This game was so good until I got this, where it's like, what the fuck is this?
Oh, can you pump it up a little bit, then walk? Pump it up and walk. We'll see now.
It starts over.
You have to stand halfway on the block, the first block that falls. Stand halfway on it and pump it up.
Oh shit.
You have to run jump.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Wait for it. Why'd you kill your platform? Run jump with your platform.
Zeroth life.
Wait for it. Go. Go. Wow. I can't believe they did that to you.
Yeah, yourself had to tell me how to do that one.
That's lame. Like, you can't even see where you need to go. You're running out of time and space and room and money. And money. Of
Yeah.
course.
And money.
Oh, you fucking walrus.
Playing too much paperclip maximizer.
Yeah, so with that basic setup, you can do lots of things. You can also add games to the module, right? At any time, you just figure out what little things they connect to. Like, imagine if you had a whole map of a space drawn up. Anytime you make a mini game, you're like, where in this world is this mini game going to be? What is it going to be attached to? And what can happen if you win, lose, or otherwise do stuff in this mini game?
So if you have the Space Invaders minigame below something, when you miss a shot, you accidentally shoot Mario. And when
So-
you have it above the Mario game, whenever you die, the Space Invaders come down and invade Mario.
It doesn't have any direct spatial dynamics based on what orientation the screens are.
Okay, so the relative position wouldn't
Yeah,
indicate anything?
no. Because, you know, some games can move left, right, some can scroll inside their box, right, left, up, down, change panels, and that would be weird. I think for this idea to work, at least on some level, you would need to have it to where ah,
Oh, give me a break.
you need to have it to where there are no special effects that trigger things across games. It's all just like spatially organic objects, things you can see, touch, taste, feel, whatever. So it's not like a bullet crosses the screen. It's more like in Firepower 2000 or something, where if you destroy a base, if Mario crosses that same area, you're like, whoa, this base is now like a broken up place instead of a building, right?
Oh, you mean like the space is consistent within the level, not across the screen?
Yeah, it's consistent within the fiction.
Okay, I got you.
So if the Space Invader thing happened, perhaps if they shot a bullet down, it would reach the planet somewhere specific, or perhaps if they completely invade, they're just gonna invade someone else's game, or like destroy something on Earth because they go all the way down. But it'd be a specific someplace on Earth that would affect somebody else's game. I think that's important. Like, nothing affects nothing. So whether or not you need to make a new game or later plan to have a game that gets affected by it, that's the idea.
Have the game procedurally write a game to be affected by it.
Yeah, so that's Panoply. Just one of many ideas that I have to create recursive, fractal, layered, simultaneous game design. You know the whole Men in Black Marvel idea?
Marble?
Yeah, the end of Men in Black 1.
Yeah, I remember that ending.
You can essentially do that with Panoply, right? Where you're like, oh, I just have this item in my inventory, and then you find out, there's a whole somebody else's game on it that they're playing. You're like, oh, I better keep track of it, be careful about this. You're like, that's funny. Or you have a flower and you realize the whole Who village lives on it, and Horton. And you're playing your little Horton minigame.
So you're playing Dr. Mario inside of a bottle, and then Link picks it up and thinks there's potion inside.
Yeah, or sells the potion or throws it off a cliff, and like things can happen. They're not supposed to be goofy
instant
things,
death. Okay.
People like goofy things. It's fun.
I like goofy things.
So then the fun would be, 1, playing each individual game, 2, playing them with your friends and discovering new connections. But then you start to get this real like macro level stuff where you want to intentionally affect things and create new opportunities that are only possible when you coordinate these dynamic elements. So in terms of co-op and counter-op and speedrunning, there's so much potential. Did anybody see the Nintendo World Championship?
I did.
Nope.
That Mario Brothers Deluxe game that they busted out from Game Boy Color.
Yeah. That was cool.
That was cool.
I don't own that game. What did they do with it?
There's a multiplayer mode in which you are head-to-head with Mario and Luigi, and there's these blocks that you press that change the blocks in the other person's world to the opposite.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So they played that competitively. It was fun.
Huh.
But that's a very basic idea that you can do in Panoply. It's like, oh, 2 worlds. Oh, ouch. You hit something and then one person gets affected, they hit something, you get affected, and you gotta work together or work against each other. Like, it's up to you.
I wish we could do verses.
Yeah.
Versus Balloon Fight? Balloon
Yeah,
Kid?
that's in this game.
I love Balloon Fight.
Have you ever played Joust?
No.
I don't know.
Adrian, hold down the button to flap rapidly.
I know.
Okay. Hey Adrian, stop losing.
Wait, how'd you get back to stage 6?
I had to continue.
There continues in this game?
Shit. Yeah, there are.
There continues in the original Mario Bros. A lot of people think it kicks you back to stage 1-1, but you can just like hit select and go back to the last world you were on.
Yeah, that one's a bit more,
Obscure.
yeah. This one, it's like there's a continue on the bottom of the start menu.
Oh, I always just boot it off.
That's what she said.
Oh no.
I don't even know what you said.
I always just boot it off.
I still don't understand what that means. Boot it off or...
I guess what I wanted was I always turn it off.
Okay. Boot it off. I don't understand. I'm
What
trying
the
to figure out
hell?
what my challenge mode is gonna look like.
For panel plate?
Yes, for Enlighten.
Oh.
Hmm. Don't get so close to the front, Adrian.
I know.
Okay. Is she using her skirt to fly better?
I don't know what she's using it for.
That's what Peach uses it for.
Oh, that's how that works. Be right back.
Cool.
Greg took the lively conversation with him. How dare. How dare he.
Yeah, sorry, but I gotta pay attention.
Sorry, babe. Gotta fly. You jerk.
Stupid penguin! Oh my god, that was close.
Hmm.
The bonus game's inside inside a Game Boy. That's funny. Damn it.
Should I call it challenge instead of daily challenge?
Alright, what do we got this time? A snowman. Okay, one hit kills. I love those.
Why so many one-hit kills? I don't understand.
Yeah, you'd
Two
figure
hit-
they just pop the balloons, but no. It's alright.
Starting to sound like me.
Alright, what do you do? Oh my god, I didn't... I was expecting it to lob down. Because, you know, it's affected by gravity. It wasn't just gonna slowly float up to me. Okay. Okay, I gotta hit him on his head while his bucket's off. Gotcha, bitch. Richard, you haven't played this game?
Never heard of it.
Ah, you should play it.
I love Balloon Fight.
You'll love this game.
I don't want to deal with that wars though.
Oh. Okay.
Man, having to fill your own balloons up, that's cool. Find a nice place to land. Get yourself some squand. Box Life has a dual timer mode, but their solution is so elegant. One's a freaking clock, so you obviously know when the clock.
Oh!
Box Life puzzle.
Oh, no more continues. Oh well. What's balloon trip?
It's endless balloon fighting for high score.
Oh, okay. Give it a shot. Wow, it's going on hyperdrive. Anyways, yeah, Greg,
Uh-oh.
I died. Got up to stage 7 on my first go.
Nice. Well, I'll use to continue.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna call this a session. Well, I'm gonna boot up AM2R.